Hey everybody, it's Jody and I'm back with another video for my Guitalele series. So if you have been watching my channel, you'll know that I already have filmed 2 videos for this little series, and those were reviews for these 2 guitaleles right here. This is the Kmise guitalele and this is the caramel guitalele. And coming up in the future, I'm going to be changing the strings on these, and I'm going to be doing a nice sound or a nice comparison of the 2 instruments. But I want to backtrack a little and make a video just about guitaleles in general, what they are, and who they might be a good fit for. So let's get started. Okay, guitaleles it's a funny word. It's basically a guitar and a ukulele combined, and that's where we get the name Guitalele. You might also see guitarlele or guilele, and they're all just different derivatives of guitar and ukulele smushed together. So that's what we're dealing with here. So let's talk about what characteristics they share with guitars and with ukuleles. All right, so how is a guitalele like a ukulele? Well, the biggest thing they share with ukuleles is size. They're nice and small and compact. The guitaleles, the very vast majority of guitaleles I've seen, all have either a tenor size body and a tenor size scale or a baritone size body and scale. The 2 that I have are both baritone size. So here's my baritone ukulele. Here is my caramel guitalele, and you can see the body size is pretty darn similar, and as well as the scale, and when we talk about scale, we're talking about the distance from the nut down to the saddle. So that is what makes them very much like a ukulele. They're nice and small and compact. Okay, another way that they're like a ukulele is the way that they are traditionally tuned, or the way the suggested tuning, the way you're going to see them tuned frequently. It's very similar to a ukulele. And by that, I mean, if we ignore these top 2 strings right here, and we start with this string, that is like a ukulele with a low G. So G, C, E, A with a low G. This is the same right here. G, C, E, A. Which means you already know how to finger at least half of the chords. But it's got 2 extra strings here, and that's an A and a D. So it's A, D, G, C, E, A. Or you might also hear it referred to as just A to A tuning, which it just means these 2 strings are both A's. We have a low A and a higher A. We'll talk more about the tuning and the chords in just a moment, but that is another way you could say it's like a ukulele. It can be tuned very similar to a soprano, concert, or tenor ukulele. All right, so how is it like a guitar? Well, obviously, it's got 6 strings instead of 4 strings. And not only does it have 6 strings, but the strings are very similar to like an acoustic guitar, in that 3 of them, usually, are wound by some kind of like silver or nickel wound material. And that gives us a different sound, very similar to an acoustic guitar. Both of these have 3 wound strings and 3 unwound strings. Also, the tuning, no matter how you tune it, the intervals are the same as a guitar. Now this one is tuned exactly like a guitar, or you might say an E to E tuning, because it's E, A, D, G, B, particular is tuned exactly like a little guitar. This one, even though all the notes are different, it's still tuned like a guitar, but just a guitar with a capo on the 5th fret. So hopefully you're able to hear that the intervals between the strings are the same, even though here we're starting on an A, here we're starting on an E. But if you know guitar chords, you can apply those guitar chords to a guitalele, and it's gonna sound nice and good. The names of those chords are gonna be different depending on how you tune it. Okay, so that is the big similarity with guitar. Okay, I just wanted to interject real quickly. I feel like I didn't talk enough about the difference between these instruments and the guitar and the ukulele. These instruments, the guitaleles, have a different sound than both a guitar or a ukulele. Obviously, a different sound than a ukulele because it's got a fuller sound. We've got 6 strings instead of 4, and they're made out of a different material, and we've got 2 low bass notes, so we got a nice fuller sound than a ukulele. And it's different than a guitar because of the body size primarily. Even if you put a capo on a guitar on the 5th fret, we still have that huge body on the guitar. And so these have a different sound than a guitar as well, a unique sound. So and they are more portable than a guitar. Even if you put a capo on a 5th fret of a guitar, we still have the big body and the long neck. So those are some of the ways they're different than both a guitar and a ukulele. Back to your scheduled programming. One big difference I want to point out, and we're going to be talking about this a lot because it's a big deal to me, is the nut width on a guitalele is considerably wider than both a ukulele, obviously, because they only have 4 strings, and to most guitars, most acoustic guitars. So the nut width on both of these is 48 millimeters. And to put that in perspective, the nut width on my widest ukulele is 38 millimeters, and the nut width on my guitar, my Taylor guitar, is 44 millimeters. So it is considerably wider than just an acoustic guitar. So it has a different feel than just playing like a miniaturized guitar. So that brings us into the next topic of this video, and that is, who is this a good fit for? Literally. Who might enjoy playing a guitalele? Let's first talk about guitar players. If you're a guitar player and you want something more portable, then a guitalele is probably going to be a good fit for you, because you can tune it just like a guitar if you'd like, and you don't have to learn any new chord names. You can play it just like you play your guitar. That's probably a good fit for you. If you are an aspiring guitar player, but you find that playing guitar is a little bit too big and cumbersome for you on your fretting hand, then a guitalele is not necessarily going to be any easier. And I really want to make that distinction, because I think a lot of people get kind of attracted to guitalele because they feel like, oh, I've tried to play guitar, but it was too hard, too many strings, too much stretching on my hand. Maybe a guitalele is the perfect solution to all of that. And I just want to point out that the vast majority of guitaleles have a much wider nut than a guitar. I did find one model in particular, Pono's, Pono, that's the brand, guitaleles, have a 44 millimeter nut, which is the same as a lot of guitars, which is average. But you're paying a lot more money for a Pono guitalele. Those are around $600. So I want to put that out there. You can find them with smaller nuts. You can also find them with wider nuts. I've seen them all the way up to 50 and 51 millimeters. So keep that in mind. If a guitar is a little bit too big for you with your left hand, then a guitalele is not going to be any smaller, generally speaking. If you are a ukulele player and you like the idea of having 2 extra strings, and not just 2 extra strings, but 2 bass notes, you may want to give a guitalele a shot. I think that knowing how to play either one, guitar or ukulele, is going to give you a nice jumping off point, and will make your learning quicker on a guitalele. You just need to learn where these 2 extra strings fit into the chords you already know on a ukulele. This is not a tutorial on how to play a guitalele. I think one of the best resources out there right now on YouTube is Uke Like the Pros YouTube channel. He's got a whole playlist on guitaleles. He also has a course that he teaches on his website for guitalele. So if you really, really are interested in learning all the ins and outs of a guitalele, I highly recommend you check out Uke Like the Pros channel. But just as a little example, if you know how to play, so this is the one that's tuned A to A, so it's got the G, C, E, A tuning, just like a ukulele. So you may be familiar with this chord shape if you play ukulele as a G, and this is also a G on the guitalele. That's a nice one that transfers over because you can just play these 2 strings open. Now, you may be familiar, this is the easiest chord on the ukulele, as a C chord. On a guitalele, we need to put fingers down on these 2 strings, and they go right here. So this would be the C chord on a guitalele. This one, if we're ignoring these 2 strings, this would be an F chord on a ukulele. But since we've got these 2 extra strings, we need to account for them, and we need to put one more finger down on this string. And now this is an F chord on a guitalele. Again, these are all with the A to A tuning. So the reason why I say you can learn it a little faster is you already know part of the chord shape, and you just have to know where these 2 extra strings come in, and if they can be played open, or if you need to put 1 or 2 extra fingers down for the chords you already know. But again, you're gonna have a wider nut, so be aware of that. Now, I don't have huge long fingers. I'm a petite person, and I think my fingers are maybe slightly longer than average for my frame, but I'm able to play a guitalele. It's not that I can't play it, I can't manage it, but I do notice it because I am primarily a ukulele player these days, and so when I play either of these for a prolonged period of time, I start to notice it on this hand. It just starts, I can't play for quite as long with that wider nut. So I hope I answered your questions. Please post some comments below if you have any further questions, and stay tuned for a comparison of these 2 models, as well as a string comparison with a new set of strings of these 2 models. And I'm going to be playing a lot of covers with on the guitalele once I get the new strings settled in, because I'm having a lot of fun playing my old guitar songs on them. So have a great day. Don't forget to play your ukulele today, or your guitalele, or your sopranissimo ukulele, and have fun doing it, guys. I'll see you soon. Bye.